Hey traders, it's the weekend, so you know what that means. It's time for another live room weekend review. Um, I've got big news. Well, YouTube tells me that this is going to be my 100th video, which I guess is a big milestone. Triple digits is always well. And a way to celebrate that is, well, by having our best month year to date in the live room. This was a monster month. It started off slow as the dog days of August often do, but with the Syria news coming out, which kind of woke up the markets a little bit, currency started moving, and well, we just caught fire, winning. I think we had about an 8 trade winning streak, and well, really winning 10 out of the 8 out of the 10 trades we took this week in the live room, including a really big one on pound yen, which I'm going to break down when we do our live room flashbacks. So, by the way, if you're new, my name is Akil Stokes. I am a full-time professional trader. I am also a trading coach and trading educator at Trade Empowered, and want to get something out the way. I've been getting a lot of emails lately about, hey Akil, watch your videos. I really like what I'm seeing, especially the psychological side. Um, how can I get involved with the education? How can I learn how to trade? What training programs do you have? And if you share that same thought or have that same question, I want you to just hold your horses for a little bit. What's happening is at the end of September, Jason and I are doing a 1 week, 100% free training at the Technical Trader Workshop. So I would say hold on until that 1 week. See if you really want to trade, because that's really important. Again, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. You need a passion for this. See if you really want to trade. See if you think you have what it takes to become a successful trader, because it isn't easy. It's easy to pick up, but not hard to be consistent at it. So wait for that week, attend that Technical Trader Workshop, and then we can talk after that point. And again, the best way to stay updated on the information about that is going to be, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube site. Make sure you subscribe to Jason's as well, and you can do that by clicking a button somewhere on YouTube, I guess, that says subscribe. As you can see, I'm not the most technologically sound person. So anyway, great week in the live room. I'm going to flash back to some of the highlights of this week, and then I'll come back at the end to talk about basically how we did this month. It is the end of the month, so I want to kind of review how the live room did. Already gave you a hint. It was our biggest month of the year, so it's good, but I'm going to dig in deeper about patterns and pounds, and give you a look at the equity curve and how we just basically broke out a double top and are moving in the right direction, catching up to what we did last year, at least on pace to do what we did last year if we keep moving in the same direction. So that's good. So check out these videos. Actually, before we get into that, I had a great quote from a trader friend of mine. And this was a trader. I met him and his son down at a live event we did in Kansas about earlier this year, I guess it was. And just always catching up on clients and friends to see how they're doing. And asked him, said, hey, how's trading treating you? It's been a few months. Hope everything is going well. And I got the best response in the world. He said, we're both doing great, both making money and smiling. Need you say more? Need you say more? So that's a good sign. And again, I always like hearing hearing good news about traders I've come in contact with, and how they're progressing in their trading journey. So check out these flashback videos from this week's live room training sessions, and then I'll come back at the very end again just to wrap things up. Okay, gang, so we started off our trading week this Tuesday, of somewhat of a back to a normal day. And actually, let me fix this. Aussie dollar just hit target one on our second cipher for today, so another winner there. But as you see, we got a few trades on. We had a CTS based trade here on euro dollar, which is -9 right now. Some double top action. We had a few waiting on New Zealand. We can actually cancel these two right there, bracketing that. But the main came on Aussie dollar. We had two back-to-back advanced patterns. Don't worry about this little pink stuff, little training. But we had a cipher pattern here in blue: X to A, A to B, B to C, C to D, which gave us a little pain. Never broke our X leg and rolled down and hit both targets, target 1 and target 2. Then we came right back down into another cipher pattern, which just hit target one and just hit target two a few seconds ago. So back-to-back winners on Aussie dollar. And what's neat about this trade or this series of trades is I told the traders in the live room that I really didn't want to take any of these trades. To be honest with you, these were very small trades. I have a rule that says if the trade is less than 10 pips in profit, I leave it alone. Add to that, cipher patterns, although they're very high percentage with when they win, they win a high percentage of the time. They just don't offer a very good risk reward on the lower time frames. Once you get really under 15-minute charts, the risk reward gets inversed a lot, meaning your your risk may be two times your reward, which is something I don't like to see. However, since I did the testing, I know what percentage of the time they win. I know that it's still profitable to trade. So this is one of those trades where the risk was really bad, the reward was short. It was past my 10 pip rule, so I had to take it. It's past 10, and the rules are the rules are the rules. So you got to follow them. And well, I'm glad I did because I just got two winners. I don't have a pip count or anything like that, but the point is, it's a great example of following your rules, um, even when you don't want to, and having that strict rule set, keeps you out of trading emotionally. And if I would have traded emotionally this time around, well, I wouldn't have gained any profit today. So Wednesday was a massive day in a live trading room, and actually one of the best days that we've had in a while. Definitely one of the best day we've had this year. Just to give you an idea of what we did, we came into the trading room up about 2% this month, and not meaning 2% from the year end, but just from what we started with this month to now, up about 2%. And as we ended today, there's still one trade on, as you can see, euro yen, but we're up about 6% for the month. Uh, so about a 4% change just on today. And I actually recorded the majority of today's live room session. It's probably too long, so I'll probably have to do a video early next week, um, kind of highlighting that or showing you some of the insider action that went on. But just to give you an idea of what we took, um, we have a Gartley pattern here on euro yen, which is at break even right now. So who knows? That may get stopped out. That may go on to win. It's in progress, so we'll have to wait and see. We had a small cipher pattern here on pound dollar we took, which you can see came down, hit target one, then just got stopped out for break even, right on trail stops before recording this. Waiting on a cipher on Swiss. Pound yen was our big trade. And it all started off this morning. This was a simple structure-based trade, knowing how to read structure and harmonics. We have an equal measure move, and this was actually brought up to me by one of our live room members. We had an equal measure move down here. Not an ABCD pattern because we don't quite retrace to the 3D2, but still a harmonic move down into a structure level, which we've been watching since yesterday. And you can see I have my DSR indicators on, and we hit both a major and a minor, signifying this is major and minor structure. We hit it once, twice. We get down for a third time, add on this equal measure move. I didn't draw out any fibs, but we probably get a Fibonacci, 1618 down there as well, and some massive divergence here in the RSI. So we bought this up at market in the live room, and I decided to shoot for extended targets again based on some of the higher time frame analysis we did. So took pretty moderate targets for target ones, about 63 or about 23 pips up here to 382, and then shot for a 127 extension with target 2 instead of the traditional 618 or 786. And again, that comes from the top-down analysis that we did and the overall projection I had for the market. So we ended up having a very good trade here. As you can see, the market ran all the way up. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed that video. And before I let you go, I just want to crunch a few numbers. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it was a big month in the live room. We actually had a change in equity of about 7%. That's putting us right about 25% total year to date. And just to give you some perspective of how great the last week is, or how great the last week was, we came into that week about a 2% change in equity for the month. And we ended about 7. So just within that last that last streak of wins, that winning 8 out of 10 trades, we were able to boost our equity curve by about 5%, which was pretty darn cool. And what I drew up over here on the chart, as you can see, is basically a comparison of last year's curve compared to this year's curve. And I cut it off at August just because, well, to keep it even, and the chart started doing weird things when I expanded one and not the other. But as you can see, last year was a very big year. We ended the year, I think, about 42% total. And this year started off slower. We've been behind it the entire way, but you can still see a nice smooth curve going from the bottom left up to the top right, which is where you want to be. And I know last year, September was our first losing month in the live room, so we spiked back down to around 25 there. And we'll have to see how September fares this year. It's traditionally a difficult month for trading, but that doesn't mean that we can't make profit. We just got to stick to our plan like we did, and let the charts do what they do. Lastly, as far as looking at a few numbers, great win percentage, about 66%, which is above my average. Let's see if anything stood out. All the pairs are pretty much solid. Euro dollar 55%, pound dollar 66, euro yen 60, pound yen and New Zealand dollar. No losses on those throughout the month. Aussie dollar 62%. As far as patterns go, Gartley's made a comeback. We were, if you've been following me for basically this entire year, Gartley started off pretty rough. And was at the point where I was contemplating, hey, is this something I want to keep inside my trading plan? And the last 2 months, maybe 3 months, I got to go back and check, Gartley's have been on fire. So another 72% win percentage on Gartley's this month. Cypher's 83, which I should be getting excited about, but, that's what ciphers do. BAT's 75%, and then other CTS structure-based trading at 50%. So pretty solid across the board, everything.